Hello. So we're back again today with another Leetcode problem. Here is the simple explanation. Let's say you are given the task of converting a string to an integer. How would you do it? How would you know if the string actually is an integer and if it is possible to convert that string to an integer? Apart from that, how do you clamp that value if it's larger than some maximum, or how do you clamp it if it's lower than some minimum? That is what we will be doing today with a string to integer, a toy function, which we can see right here is similar to C and C++'s a toy function, which I believe stands for ASCII to integer. We've given a brief overview of the algorithm as follows. The first step is we can read in and ignore any leading white space. Then we check for the next character, if we are not at the end of the string. If it is a negative or positive, that is the sign. Therefore, our number will be either negative or positive. If we do not read a sign, we assume that it is positive. The next thing we do at step 3 here is read in the next characters until the next non-digit character, or we're at the end of the input, which simply means read until we read a non-digit and we stop, or read until we reach the end of the string, which is obvious because we can't read past the string. Step 4, we then convert these digits to an integer. How we do that, they don't care, it's up to us. If the digit is out of the 32-bit signed integer range, which is at a minimum of -2 raised to the 31st power, to a maximum of +2 raised to the 31st power minus 1, then we must clamp down these values. What does it mean to clamp? Quite simple. If we have a value so large that it is greater than 2 raised to 31 minus 1, we set it equal to 2 raised to 31 minus 1. If the value is so small that it is less than -2 raised to the 31st power, we set it to -2 raised to the 31st power. In step 6, in the final result, return the integer as a final result. Here we have a note. Only the space character is considered a white space character. Do not ignore any characters other than the leading white space or the rest of the string after the digits. Then we have a few examples here, which I'm not going to get through. If we know the submissions, I have a bunch of failures because my initial function was actually so good that it would just find a number in a string and return it, which is not what they want. My first submission here at September 3rd, 0 millisecond runtime, beat in 43.40%. And actually, if we go back, if we look at the one I made after this beats 98.7% with a difference of 0.1 megabytes. That small 0.1 difference means you now beat 98.7% of submissions. Also, Leetcode has a new UI and I do not like it. You see, I have a submission from yesterday actually, and the reason for this submission is quite simple. I made this video already. It was a bad video. I'm not going to release it. So we're doing it again. So let's run it. Let's go here. So here's the function. I'm just going to go ahead and remove everything. This is the actual solution, but I have it here in a separate function just for demonstration or tutorial purposes. So let's begin. It's called it's called myToy, which returns a value of integer. Let's begin. The first thing we'll do is we'll create some variables, which we will be using. And let's just make sure I am actually recording, or I am. So first thing we'll do, we'll say a char to first character. We'll set this equal to 0. Essentially, you can think of it as being nothing. We will then say bool. We'll create a variable called default sign, and we'll set that equal to false. This is determined later if we have a positive digit or not. We'll create a string. What is a string? A string is merely an array of chars. String digits is equal to 0 all the way to 9. We'll create a value called search start, which I will not explain right now, but you will understand its purpose once we start coding. Step 1, we'll read in string. C plus plus. Is that the only reason why I'm using the name C? Yes. You can actually make this I do not care. Right. So if not first character, so if first character is not set, we'll do the following. If S at position C is equal to plus, so if the first character is equal to plus, or S at position C, so the first character is equal to minus, or digits defined, this simply searches the string digits above here, it searches the string to determine if there is a recurrence on the first character of S. I'm going to set that to standard string. Actually, I already have the standard library included. Okay, I'll leave it as it is. It's fine. Where is my coffee? Okay. We'll then say first character is equal to S at position C. This is plus, minus, or a digit. That's the only valid things we can get. And if it is, so if first character is not equal to the plus and first character is not equal to a minus, that means default sign is true. Default sign is equal to true, which simply means our value is positive. Alrighty, we'll come down here. Else if S at position C is not equal to white space, turn 0. What this means is we had some string. Let's say we had, this is the string we had. White space, white space, white space, white space, E. E, following, let's say, some digits. E is not considered a valid character. Therefore, if we read in a non-valid character at the beginning of our string, all we do is we terminate the program and we return the value of 0. Let's just make sure everything here is correct. I have my for loop, I have my if loop. Within my first if loop, I have, my if conditional. Within my if conditional, I have an if and aleph. I'll keep it as it is. Alright. Step 2. I'll go to my for loop. I'll create a conditional, so if not first character. So let's say for whatever reason first character is not set. This is essentially a wildcard exit situation. We return 0. I need more coffee. Okay. We'll then create a variable called rest of number. You can name it whatever you want. Clearly my description, my variable descriptions are not good, and it'll be first character. This creates a variable, a string variable. The only character it currently contains is the first character which we got above. We'll then do another loop. We'll say for int I equal to search start plus 1. I think I forgot to initialize search start actually, because search start should actually be set to the value of C. So if I go here and search start, which means I read the value, so search start should be C, and break, because once you read it, we grabbed our first char. Therefore, no need for us to continue reading characters, because the only purpose of this for loop is to read the first character. And now that I think of it, you could just do an S at position 0, but when I was doing this, I didn't think of that. Anyway, so this essentially what I'm saying is you can make this a lot easier if you just do a first character comparison and determine what it is instead of doing an entire for loop. We'll do a break. We'll come down here to rest of number. We'll go to search start +1 because there's no point of us starting at the same value. We will then say I is less than s dot length. I plus plus. Coffee. If digits dot find s at position I is not equal to standard string in POS. What this simply does is grab digits from the string until we read a non-digit. We'll then go in and we'll say rest of number, which is a string, plus equals, because it's a string we can do a character addition, else we read in a non-digit. All we'll do then is break because that's the end of our current number. We'll then do something weird. We don't know how large this number will be, so we have to create a long boy. So basically a variable that stores a possibly very large number. We'll set it equal to the value of 0. And be more specific. We do not know how large our number may be, therefore we need a long boy. We'll then create another for loop for int. Let's go in d equal to 0. D is less than rest of number dot length. This now will traverse the number string we have created, d plus plus. We'll do if rest of number at position d is not equal to the plus, so it's not equal to our first character being a sign, and rest of number at position d is not equal to the negative sign, commonly called a dash, then I will drink some coffee. We'll create an integer called int, type int, and we'll call it myInt. We'll set it equal to rest of number at position d minus the 0th character. What does this do? This is quite simple. Conversion from char to int. That is what it does. Okay, let me make sure we are recording again. Okay, we are. Great. We'll then do number is equal to number. My dog is barking like in every video. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. We all know that dogs can see ghosts, and clearly my dog is preparing for her role as the next lead in the Conjuring universe set of movies. Anyway, so we have number. We will set number equal to number times 10 plus myInt. Right. We'll then go and say if number is greater, at some point our number is so large that it is larger than integer max, which is available in standard library. We'll then do a break. No point of us reading anymore anyway. Out of that for loop, we can then do over here if rest of number at position 0 is equal to the plus or default sign, which would be either true or false. It means our number is positive. We can then do an if number is greater than int max. Our number is so large, all we have to do then is return int max. That is called clamping. If not, it's just a large number, then we just return number. Here we have the else, and then it's pretty much the same but different. If negative number is less than int min, which is the minimum number that we can have, which is available in the standard C++ library. We can then do a return int min. If not, so an else, we'll just go ahead and return number. If you want specific, we return negative number. That should be all. Save our program. Let's clean up space a bit. We have some test cases down here. Go ahead and build and run. Expected before token. Did I make a mistake? Okay, I did make a mistake somewhere. That there. Okay, that should be fine. And there we go. Negative 42, 42, 4193, negative 4193, 000. Because here we see we have no leading number, so it's 0. Here we have a contiguous string of zeros, therefore 0. Here as well, this is 0, 0, but 4193, therefore it's negative 4193. This is positive 4193. This is 42, and this is negative 42. If we go ahead and save everything, we take our code and we copy and paste it into our class function, and if we do a submission, we will obviously get a solution, an improved solution, and that's it. Let's go ahead. Okay, this is a submission of 7.9 million, accepted only 1.3 million, an acceptance rate of 16.7%. Let's go to discussions. Lazar, I mean, like, seriously, submit. Need to care of this case, submit. Okay, gotta handle this as well, submit. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so every now and then, if you don't understand a problem very well, what we tend to do as developers, programmers, is create an initial solution and you try to submit it, and then you realize you have many unique cases that your function fails to solve. Therefore, you have to go back and make up unique solutions. It's a little annoying. This is a pretty big one. Chandreshkar. Whoever wrote this problem has some major problems with this. Whoever wrote this problem has some major problems with his wife and is trying to take out his frustration on people who are sincerely trying to prepare for interview. Harsh. Expected answer for test case negative 112U3761867 is negative 1123. Okay, yeah, this is right. Here's how it works. We read in our first character. It is a sign. It is the sign negative. Therefore, we know our number is negative. We then continue reading until we read a non-digit. So negative 1, 1, 2, 3. U is a non-digit. Therefore, we stop at negative 1123. And there's our answer, negative 1123. Who in the sane world expects such an answer? If the string contains any value other than a digit, then the entire string is supposed to be invalid. Any mindful implementation of parser written in any programming language doesn't return the above answer. Every compiler would throw an exception. Whoever came up with these requirements, please find a better job. This is not for you. Okay. I'm not making fun of this guy. I like the comment this is the best comment I've ever read in a very long time. Anyway, that is the end of the code.